Hello everyone, well welcome back to another vlog. It's freezing cold out here, but I'm with Alison. Some of you will know Alison from the beach and the boat, I think, and C&A. And just stood in front of this gorgeous windmill. If you're a regular, you'll know that we often sail here in the summer, and then that's the windmill that's now behind you that we film. So anyway, Alice and I are going to have a nice brisk walk. It's freezing here, isn't it? It's freezing, and I stupidly forgot my gloves. Alison is very prepared, she's got her hat as well. Although I have got my Dance Like No One's Watching cowl by Lindsay Tranter. Stitch Crate Love. So yeah, we'll for film, if I see something nice I'll film it and share it with you all. And just like that, Sunday, the weekend's just gone, like poof. Yesterday, Alison said we walked, I think she said we walked about 10,000 steps. We was out for about 2 hours. I mean, we had a little break, you know, we'd stop and sort of admire the views and the scenery. It was a really overcast day, but and really cold, but it was just amazing to be out. And yeah, I've never walked down that sort of stretch of, yeah, it's like a nature reserve. And ironically, when the office is open, I drive past it every day. Lawrence has actually said, oh, we should take a walk down there one day. Alison was out walking there, I think it was a week or so ago now, with another friend of ours, Natalie. And I don't know if you saw on the footage, because they're really well camouflaged. There's Highland cattle loose roaming the reserve, and the baby ones were on the path when they were there, so they could touch them. They were really friendly, so I was a bit like, we should have seen them. But anyway, we did see the cows, and they're beautiful. I don't think the camera would have caught them so well though. And yeah, these wild ponies, and yeah, it was a lovely walk. Needless to say, when I got home, I was very tired. I needed a nana nap, not gonna lie. I'm not used to that level of activity. Really enjoyed it. Then what else did we do? Lawrence made burgers, and then we had the family quiz. Lawrence did the questions. He was the quiz master this week, and I won, so that hardly ever happens. What else? And then that was it. We just sort of lazed on the sofa for the rest of the evening. Caught up on a bit of YouTube. Oh, I mentioned in last week's vlog that we'd watched this film. I did say the wrong name of the film, but I corrected it on the screen. It's a new Netflix movie called The Dig with Ralph Fiennes. So we watched it, I think it was on Friday night. Yeah, we did. And I'm going to say, I wouldn't say, oh, you have to watch it, it was amazing. It was one of these, if there's nothing else on TV during the week, it's worth a watch. At the end of it, we said, oh, you know, that was nice. But, you know, it was just nice. You know, there was nothing like compelling or gripping, but apparently I didn't know this. It's actually based on a true story. So, I don't know. Maybe it's worth checking out. Stick it on your my list if you fancy it. So I'm up in the craft room. I slept, can you believe this, till 10 o'clock this morning. I think I woke up early hours because it was dark, and I must have just fallen back to sleep. Normally when I wake up, I just get out of bed, you know, I'm not one of these sort of lolling about in bed. And I must have just crashed out again. Then I woke up and Lawrence had disappeared, and it was daylight, and I was really confused. I didn't know where I was. I lost my bearings for a second. Sorry, I had a hair in my face, in my eye. So yeah, I got up, but I wasn't like that. You know, sometimes when you oversleep, you're in that groggy, ooh, where am I? And you get that headachy feeling. I was fine. So I must have really needed it from the walk yesterday. But yeah, I feel fine. I'm a bit achy, you know, but that's only to be expected. But anyway, I'm up in the craft room because I'm looking for embroidery floss. If you're not crafty, fast forward now. I started this English paper piecing project a couple of days ago. This is actually a free pattern on the Vintage Sewn Box blog. It's a lady, I think she's called Emma Jones, I thought. She's definitely called Emma. And she also does like YouTube tutorials. She's got a shop and she does kits. And I've seen her mentioned a few times in, you know, my sort of sphere of social media. But it was Jeanette who actually sort of gave me a nudge to try her. So Jeanette's Crafty Clay Creations, if you don't know, who's one of my lovely friends. So yeah, I gave it a go. I've never done this before. It's called EPP, English Paper Piecing, and I've made this little hexagon. I mean, you can see how tiny they are. They're from scraps of fabric. And then it's going to be a sewing needle book. Couldn't think of the word then. I'm just sort of assembling it so you can see. I didn't have the this padding. I've got a roll of it at the workshop and I just couldn't be bothered going to the workshop, so I just used a piece of felt, not felt, fleece from a fleece blanket that I started making for William years ago. And it works just as well. You can see I've stitched that, so it works just as well as batting. So I need to embroider. Well, you don't have to, but Emma suggests that you embroider around, do like a running stitch, maybe something in the middle, and then I need to stitch that together, and then a stitch sorry, then that way, then it would open, boop, and then there's like a piece of felt that sits in the middle for your needles. So yeah, that's what hopefully I'm gonna get finished today. Really enjoyed that. I've only got, in the way of sewing stuff, I've only got like sewing machine needles or embroidery needles. I haven't got like, you know, like really sharp, I've got beading needles as well, which are the really long ones. They've got like a huge, in fact, I think the whole needle sort of, well, if you push it, it's an eye, you know, it opens up. If the needle's like this, it opens up like that. That makes sense. Anyway, waffling. But I haven't got like really sharp needles for like needle point. So yeah, it was a little bit fiddly in that my needle, the one needle I could find was a bit thick, but I think it's from my first attempt it's worked out quite well. Scrappy little fabric pieces, so really enjoyed that. I'm definitely going to try more of this English paper piecing in the future. What I did like was you can see I've sewn this all of it on the sofa. I just sat with a lamp over me. I've got like a reading light, and sorry, there is a hair in my fringe poking me. And I just sat with the TV on, and yeah, so I really enjoyed that. It's great sofa hobby. Okay, it's getting really hot here. I've got a blackout blind on my craft room window, and the house is in full on sun. It's freezing cold outside, but it's like really hot sun. So the sun's on the house, the radiator's on. It's like a sauna in here. You can see I've got a t-shirt on. So I've got everything I need to finish this. So I'm gonna go and sit downstairs now and yeah, do a bit of crafting. But I've got absolutely loads of laundry to do. Oh my god, it's like a laundry mound again. Where does it come from? Good morning. Well, I'm just waiting for the toaster to pop. It's about 8:20 here. Boys are still sleeping, although they are about to be getting up soon. Yesterday I didn't film anything. It was just so busy at work. It was one of those days where, you know, I had back meetings. So I didn't have time for chit chats, and also there was nothing interesting going on. Crafty things. I've just joined a make along, crochet along on Instagram. If you know, I like the animal friends of Peek a Pow, amigurumi animals, the little critters. And somebody, a lady in Germany, has started a crochet along. So I've been struggling to crochet anything lately, so I thought, you know what, I'll sign up. I'm going to put it out there. I'm doing the crochet along, and then it will sort of force me to do it. And you know what? I crocheted all night. After dinner, I sat on the sofa. If I remember, I'll try and remember to film it and show you later. But I'm just waiting for my toast to pop, and I'm going to wolf my toast, drink my coffee, and then vamos upstairs. But yeah, I must try and remember to show you that. I'm actually really enjoying it. If you know, I was crocheting the pig from it. I don't know why. I just, that pattern, I'm like, I don't like it. But the fox, maybe I've got my crojo back on. And just like that, it's the next day. Oh, I just didn't get a chance to film. Yeah, work was really busy yet again. And yet again, I didn't finish on time. It's quite late in the craft room. It's fine. Hope you can hear me. We've got the kettle on. Anyway, what I did mean to show you was my fox. So that's his head. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I've overstuffed him a bit, or I should stuff him a bit more. I don't know. Can't decide yet. This now I'm going to change back to the reddish colour and then start doing his body. So there he is. Quite cute. I'm getting my crojo back on, guys. Quite enjoyed doing that. So last night we had an official press announcement again by the government. We haven't got a government, but the caretaker Prime Minister, the one who resigned along with the rest of his cabinet, made an announcement last night that from next week primary schools are opening. And if that goes well, I think it's going to be, I'm not sure in what order, if it was the high schools or shops, I can't remember. But the high schools, I think we're still another 4 weeks to go before William can like fully go back to school. Although William has been having like one lesson every few days in school. So I don't know what that's about. My friend said maybe it's if they've signed up to like a testing program. I don't know. Anyway, so that's good news. You know, we're getting there. But yeah, really sad this morning. I'm watching all the tributes to Captain Tom. He passed away yesterday, which was like, oh, it's just so sad. You know, what he achieved in the last, you know, year of his life is just amazing. I mean, my gosh, you know, that man crammed more into that last year of his life than anybody could hope to do in 20 lifetimes, you know. But yeah, it was really sad watching the tributes this morning. It's like, oh, you know, after all that, you know, COVID got him, you know. And yeah, anyway, let's not dwell on it. I mean, we've got lovely memories of him. I'm just waiting for my toaster to pop. The one thing that I was questioning myself, hold on, got my toast. Yeah, the one thing I was questioning myself, because it wasn't mentioned on the news, but had he had the vaccination? I mean, if he did and then he passed away from COVID, that's a little bit concerning. And the press is like suspiciously quiet on that. Anyway, we'll see how that pans out during the day. Our vaccination programme in Holland is going a lot slower than the UK. And slight irritation. I'm going to moan a bit here, guys. In the press release, I lost count of how many times Rutte, the caretaker, mentioned the British variant, the British strain. You know, he said, well, there's going to be a third wave, we can expect it. And basically trying to pin blame on Britain for having a new variant. And it's like, that's just, you know, that's just inciting hatred, actually. That's stirring something up that you don't need to do. But then I'm watching the British news, and then they keep saying the South African variant. They're all as bad as each other. Let's be clear, viruses mutate. That's the nature of them. So, you know, the fact that they put country labels on these strains is quite shocking, actually. I think they did away with naming hurricanes or tornadoes after countries, I thought, to stop this sort of, you know, hate or accusation or ill intent or feeling about something. And I think they should just stop naming these strains now after countries. I mean, I watch the news here, and then, you know, what they're saying about the UK and the Brexit, and, you know, they're accusing the UK of this and that and the other, and it's like, well, it serves them right and we're not putting up with this. And then I'm watching the British news, and they're saying, yeah, and they're stopping our trade. And I mean, there was even an article in Daily Mail, okay, but anyway, that, you know, there was 100,000 bees were stopped. They wouldn't let them enter the UK, and then they'd have to be killed. And it's like, who is benefiting from all this news, you know? It's happened now. We had years and years of it in the press. It's done. Let's just carry on the way any other country outside of the EU would do. Okay, well, and that's it. My rant is over now, sorry. Gosh, it's not even 8:30 and she's off. It's my short day today. I've not got any plans today. I didn't sleep well at all last night. In fact, I was wide awake at 5 o'clock this morning, which is not like me. You know, it's very, very occasionally I'll wake up like that. But yeah, I woke up at 5 this morning, wide awake, and I just couldn't get back to sleep. I know I did drift on and off, but it wasn't a proper sleep. So I've got a feeling that when I finish, and I'm going to finish on time today, I've decided, I think I'm probably going to end up napping on the sofa. I'm going to crash out because I feel tired now. You know, this is like 3.5 hours later. Hello, here's Daxter. Yeah. Have you not had your breakfast? Shh. Come here. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Oh, he's all fluffy because he's been out in the cold. So watch him in my toast. He's purring. And here's Jack. I'm not picking you up, little fatty. See you later. Oh, you smell of poo, Daxter. Lawrence has just bought me a coffee up. I absolutely love the colour of these mugs. I really, really like them. They're some Starbucks mugs. I don't like how they go, sort of like taper up. I don't know. Is anybody else like that? Funny with mugs. Hope you can hear me. I've got you perched on my laptop. So I've just taken a quick break when Lawrence brought the coffee up for me. Can you believe a Christmas card arrived? And it's not come from like the other side of the world. It came from my cousin in Ireland. From the Republic of Ireland, not from Northern Ireland. But still, it's like, yeah. Anyway, it's a beautiful card. So Maura, if you're watching, thank you. It got here in February. I shouldn't have opened it actually. I should have just put it in the drawer for next Christmas and save you the what's it, the price of a postage stamp, if they still have postage stamps. Anyway, Jack is going to the doggy doctor. His hair's not like really long, but he's got this allergy. He's on special allergy food from the vet, and he's taking these anti-itch pills. And we've cut back on all his treats. You know, he doesn't, in fact, we'll only give him, he loves peas. So if we have dinner and these like leftover peas, we'll put them in with his dog food. But I don't think he's got a pea allergy, and he's not eating them daily, so that wouldn't be it. But anyway, the groomer is open because yeah, I mean, it's not like a hairdresser, is it? We literally go and drop the dog off and leave, so there's not even any human contact with each other. But Jack, so he's a Parsons Terrier, and they have like what they call a broken coat or a double coat. So they have like the really short fur underneath, and then they have the long fur, and they're hunting dogs. That's what they would have been bred for. Originally, Jack Russells all had the long legs like the Parsons, and you know, they've been sort of bred for the shorter legs because they would have typically, when people went out hunting, they would chase like rabbits and I don't know, weasels, whatever, badgers, sort of burrowing animals. So that's why they've been bred for the short legs. But anyway, the coats, the long fur, when it gets caught on brambles or bushes or thorny plants, it just pulls out. So Jack has to be plucked, which sounds awful, but it doesn't hurt. And in fact, you can see the relief when he's been plucked. And the groomer, I mean, I can pluck Jack, but I just take forever, and he gets fed up with me in the end. So the plume, just really quick. She does, usually they have like a rubber, like a thimble or a rubber glove to get some traction, and then they just pluck all the loose fur out, and then he's left with like the underlayer. And I think with the food, the pills, and then the plucking, he'll feel so much better. Our old dog, Gustav, was also Parsons, and before I met Lawrence, he'd somebody was dog sitting him, and she took him to the groomers, and the groomer clipped him, and it took years to get his coat back. And he just had skin problems all the time because she'd clipped the long fur, which actually needs to you know, come off the body. And shame, you know, when I met Lawrence, he was still sort of recovering from being clipped. So yeah, if you're ever interested in getting a Parsons or a broken coat dog, research that first about how you groom them, because you can actually cause them like a lifelong problem of skin issues if they're not groomed properly. And most professional groomers will know all about which ones can be clipped, which ones can be plucked, and so forth. Anyway, so I've got a meeting now, so I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm so tired. I slept really good last night though, but the night before, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, I might be repeating myself, sorry, but the night before I woke up at 5 o'clock and I just couldn't get back to sleep. So I went to bed, not really early last night, but it's before midnight, and I slept really well, but I'm tired again this morning. So anyway, coffee, wake me up a bit. Told you about the Christmas card arriving. And I'll insert some footage of Jack before and after. I can't wait to see when he comes back. He also looks like a puppy when he's been plucked. Anyway, I'm starting to waffle now. Catch you later. Who's gorgeous? Just at the workshop. I'm making a cup of coffee because I'm not working here today. I'm just coming to film the podcast. So well, actually I've got quite a few sort of things on the go that I can share with whoever wants to watch the podcast. But I reported that my radiator wasn't coming on fully, like it wasn't, the heat wasn't spreading across the whole radiator. And so I reported it to the owner, and so I'm not there all week. This was on, I think, Monday, I think. I said, so, you know, whenever. Anyway, And then my neighbour asked if she could borrow my workshop for one day. She had somebody doing some work in her workshop and she needed a desk, so she said, oh, can I use your workshop? Fine, I'm not there anyway. So anyway, I've come in and the radiator's like half on, so I don't know if that was the owner or my neighbour, but actually the workshop's not very cold at all. Ooh, I've just found a chocolate in my coat pocket. Oh, that's nice. This is oh, my favourite. It's a cherry liqueur. When did I put that in there? I haven't got any more. No. I have got the my posh hand sanitizer from my mum and Estelle, the Cat Kidson one. Oh, that's really nice. I'm going to have that with my coffee. You don't want to know how full my pockets are, and they're really, really deep. So anyway, the point is, I can take my my winter coat off. I've got my fan heater on. Hold on, I'm just going to have my coat on. I've got my fan heater on, you know, just to sort of circulate some warm air around. But I think I'm going to turn it off in a minute, and I'll put the radiator on full. And then when I leave, I've been turning it off. But maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just turn it like right down as to the lowest setting. Anyway, I'm starting to waffle now. I think the kettle's boiled, so I'm going to pour myself a coffee, set up everything here, and start filming. So that should be nice. I like filming the podcast. So you're watching this now, the vlog. The podcast will be later. So normally I try and load the vlog on Sunday morning. So hopefully it's Sunday morning or Sunday, and you're sat eating your breakfast with me, or maybe it's the evening and you're drinking the wine or a hot chocolate. And then the podcast, I'll try and aim to load that in the week, so in about 4 days or so, because I've still got to edit the vlog and the podcast. Well, the editing's not much. It's the you know, all the links. I have to, you know, I don't have to, but I like to link everything I'm talking about, and then it's like Instagram links and Ravelry links, and you know, so I like to take some time doing that, because occasionally I've posted it and links haven't been working, which is rather annoying when somebody wants to click on it to see what I'm talking about. Anyway, now I'm going into waffle mode. I'm going to pour my coffee and start filming. Oh, I hope you can hear me. It started rain, like pouring down, and I've put the heater on because it's just gone a little bit nippy. Okay, well, just like that, I've waffled for I think almost an hour on the podcast. I hope you tune in. So I'm just going to pack up, and then I'm going to go home, because Alison told me the other day, and I think I mentioned this, I've got quite a few packages to post, but because the postal service has been almost a standstill, I've purposely not I've avoided it, and I didn't know where you could post, because our post offices are pretty much sort of non-existent now. What they've done in Holland is PostNL is our postal service. They've integrated them into shops, and because the shops are closed, the post offices are closed, and there was I think my friend Claire was telling me that there was a couple of points in other towns or villages that, you know, they had postal points. But I thought, I'm not really, especially now, I'm not into sort of driving and hunting around for in a place that I'm not familiar with. You know, what I've been doing is, when I've needed to go out, it's like specific. I park up, go in, and then go. You know, so I'm not sort of feeling confident enough to sort of go strolling. I'm going to hire you a little bit. Anyway, Alison said, she told me that our DIY shop, that you'll probably be familiar with because I've filmed in there a few times, they're open only for the postal service. So there's I think the side entrance, when you get there, you're greeted by somebody telling them I'm going for post, and then you're allowed in, and then you leave. So that's super handy, because I was thinking they can't just stop the postal service. So yeah, they've put things in place. So I'm going to go home now, And then I'm gonna it's still quite early here, so I'm gonna grab some breakfast, and then I'm gonna package up all my packages, and then I'm gonna take a drive to the DIY shop / post office and finally get my post out. I don't like having, you know, packages sat around lingering. It annoys me, you know, just want to sort of, you know, get them wrapped and out. But yeah, and the other thing, I mean, when I send like little goodie bags, like little packages out, I like to put like little extra treats and stuff in. And but because the shops are all closed, I can't even go like knick-knack shopping. So I'll have to see what I've got in my stash. I think it's customary. Everybody puts like fancy tea bags in and stuff, don't they? Yeah, it's a different world we're living in right now, guys and gals. Okay, I'm packed up in my, love this bag. I think it was last summer I bought this from not like a charity shop, it's like where you can like a resale shop, and I've spoken about this so many times. I call it it's either the boat bag, if we're going sailing, it's the beach bag, and it's the podcast bag, the workshop bag. Handmade, the size of this, it's all lined, it's beautifully made, and they'd reduced it down to like €7 or €8 in this shop. And I thought, that's criminal. Somebody has spent so much time and put love into making that, and then they're letting it go. I mean, you couldn't even buy the fabric that cheap. So I thought, you know what, even if I don't use it, I'm buying it, and my gosh, I have used it. One of my favourite bags. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go see what Lawrence is up to, and yeah, go and package all my stuff up, and I'll catch you later. Okay, that was efficient. There was a lot of activity going on in the shop, like building work going on. I think they're going to have to restructure everything for when we eventually open up again. But my God, I have just had a shock. So the packages, the ones to the UK, all of them were under 300 grams. One of them was 150, but anyway, they were all under 300 grams, and they cost €12 each to post. And the one to the States was also under 300 grams, so we're talking like the weight of like a thick letter. That was €23. I'm like stunned. The guy who helped me, he said he'd noticed that because of Brexit, the UK postage had gone up, and he said it seems to be the first of every month. They put them up and put them up and put them up. I mean, they're going to cripple small businesses. And well, just before Christmas, I sent a box that weighed just short of a kilo, a box, and it cost me €9. And now I've just sent, so the lightest package was 150 grams. I've just sent a 150 gram packet for €12. Sorry guys, I'm just in complete that's disgusting, absolutely disgusing. The guy said it might even be cheaper to just try DHL, which is a courier service, or one of the girls there, she was listening, she said you could try opening a business account. I'm gonna have to look into this. This has really screwed up my plans for the hand-dyed yarns big time. Don't really know any Dutch hand dyers to speak to. I'm gonna have to have a think about how to reach out to people and get advice. Well, if anybody who hand dyes yarn, if you're watching and you've got any suggestions about sending packages, I'd love to hear from you. Oh my gosh, I feel like sick and angry. Anyway, okay. Didn't really want to just have the shop going out to Holland. I really wanted it to be at least within Europe. So, oh shoot, I'm gonna close my Etsy shop down for a while as well. Still got things in there. Yeah, must do that because I've not revised the postage. Otherwise, it's going to end up costing me money to fulfill the shop orders. The world's gone mad. Anyway, I'm going home now. I think I'm going to have a very, very strong cup of coffee and do some research. Okay, well, William and I ordered pizza from Domino's. Josh was at his friend's, he's eating there, and Lawrence wanted a vindaloo, so he's gone to the Indian restaurant to pick it up, because if we waited on delivery it would take ages, so it's just quicker if you went and picked it up. William's been at football training this evening. How did training go, Will? Good. Was it cold? They're expecting really, really cold temperatures, maybe even some snow here at the weekend, but we'll see. Not really got any plans, just for something different. So I think at this point I'm just going to wrap up the vlog and say I hope you've all had a good week and stay safe, and I hope you're all, you know, getting the option to have your vaccinations if that's something that you want to. And if not you, your loved ones, and thanks for making it to the end. And if you are a new subscriber, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. See you in the next vlog. Bye guys. Oh, don't forget, in the week there'll be a podcast. Bye.